My husband puts on a good act. How am I going to get custody of my kids in my divorce case? I'm a board certified divorce lawyer, and let me put you at ease through going over 4 strategies for this type of situation. Number 1, document everything related to your relationship and responsibilities for the kids and make sure your lawyer understands it. Go write down everything you do for the kids. How does it compare to what your husband does for the children? How are you in tune with the kids? What do you do with them? What do you do for them? How does that compare to your other spouse? Then make sure your lawyer understands this stuff so they can present it in court. Facts always prevail in court over fiction when you take the time to gather the facts and present them in court through a great lawyer. Number 2, don't act crazy. If your husband's able to put up a good act to try to talk a court out of giving you custody, he's going to need to have examples to point to that says, my wife is a nut job. If you don't give him those examples, he's going to have nothing to go on. The court will find his words hollow and unbelievable. But if you start acting the way he accuses you of being, you're creating evidence to back up his story, and that's when you start being in danger of losing custody in divorce court. Number 3, have a little bit of faith. Come on now. You've lived your life. You've been a very involved parent. You've dedicated your lives to those kids. Do you think that your husband's just going to be able to go into court, make up a story without proof, and take your kids away? The law doesn't work that way. Have a little faith in the system. The judges try really hard to get it right, and when they don't, there is still the law of Florida that it says each parent is supposed to have equal time with the kids unless it's shown to be in the best interest of the kids not to have that close continuing relationship with their parents, including you. So as long as there is not evidence showing it's really dangerous for the kids to be with you, you're probably not losing custody of your children in your divorce case just because your husband's a smooth talker. Number 4, if you need to get to this step, if your husband's a smooth talker trying to talk his way out of you having children after the divorce, get a lawyer that understands how to litigate. Take a very good deposition of your husband early on. A deposition is basically a verbal interrogation. Sometimes it's on video to where your lawyer will go through all of the issues related to the kids every way from Sunday. Ask your husband questions about what his role has been with the kids, what your role's been with the kids. Importantly, if your husband's a talking head with criticisms of you as a parent, the deposition's used to make him explain what is his actual proof of these slanderous statements that he's putting out there about you. Many times these people are talk, jab, jab, jab about all this crap that you're not a great parent or not a safe parent, but when they're forced to explain the actual facts or examples forming the basis for these slanderous statements, they have nothing real to say. And once you uncover that in a deposition, your husband's lawyer is going to know that they're not going to be able to prove their points in court, and that's usually when these cases stay out of court to begin with. And if they go to court anyway because your husband's a raging narcissist and believes his own lies, at least the judge is going to see through the deposition that your husband can't back up the awful things he's saying about you as a parent. And that's when maybe your husband ends up losing custody or losing time with the kids. Now we got a bonus tip. I said 4, we got 5. In certain situations, it can benefit to have what's called a guardian ad litem or a social investigator involved in the case. These people can do psychological testing in certain instances. They can go interview what's called collateral contacts, basically parents, teachers, other people that come into contact with you and your spouse as a parent or your children, and basically compile all that evidence, make a report for the court with a recommendation. For some judges in certain counties in Florida, this can really help influence their decision making, especially when somebody's being badmouthed as a parent without proof. This can kind of be the nail in the coffin to get rid of that slander from your divorce case. Take caution in involving those other people anytime you have other people who are third-party witnesses that are going to report to the court. It adds an extra layer of things to the divorce case that can go wrong. At least when a case is decided in court, the lawyer has the ability to control the presentation of evidence. Once you get these social investigators or guardian ad litems involved, that can change up a little bit. Things start happening outside of a courtroom or a lawyer's office, which can sometimes be a little bit dangerous if the social investigator or the guardian ad litem does not take your side. That's why in my practice, we are very cautious about involving these people. So I hope these 4 tips plus bonus were helpful to you. Check out the links in the description for more free and helpful information about your Florida child support case. If this stuff is really concerning you, another tip is talk to a lawyer as soon as possible so you can tell your story and customize the strategy so you're not up at night worried about the kids as you approach a divorce case.